first of all, I'm going to be starting with the orientation camp experience, and whenever I feel down or I'm doubting myself that I cannot do anything, I just remember that man. I remember what he told me. Hello dear, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, it's been months, I know. And hi, if you're new here, I'm Damsey, and in this channel I love to talk about lifestyle topics, mindsets, DIYs, beauty, and relationship talk sometimes. And yeah, as most of you know, I haven't been posting videos for the past 3 months now, and that is simply because I've been going through some transitional phase in my life, and most of you would actually be familiar with this phase, especially those of you in Nigeria here. It's called NYSC. It's a government program. It's a Nigerian Youth Service Corps program, where you're being ushered from being a graduate into the labor market. It's basically like a call to serve the country, and this is the program that I'm currently doing. Also, like in the program, you get posted to different states around the country, and you're expected to serve these states in so many ways, and you get some little allowance from the government at the end of the month as a little token for your service to the state you are in and your service to the country at large. And so this is basically what I am doing, and I'm currently serving in River State. And I'm about to tell you guys how the last couple months has been in my life. I have a bowl of oatmeal right here because I'm really hungry. Do not be distracted by this hair that I have going on or any of this. I know I look like Minnie Mouse, but I mean, this is my mood for today. This is how I want to be feeling like today. So permit me to, enjoy myself while I keep you guys company. So first of all, I'm going to be starting with the orientation camp experience, and to be honest, that was kind of like the most stressful part of the whole thing at first, because I've heard a lot of stories about orientation camp, meeting new people and a lot of crazy things going on. And as an introvert that I am, I was definitely anxious, and I was not scared per se, but I was really anxious to go into another space of totally different people, strangers. For me, orientation camp was actually more than I expected. I thought it was going to be horrible. I thought it was going to be something that I would really dread. I thought I was going to want to go back home in the first few days being there, but it wasn't exactly like that. The only part that was a bit stressful, I guess, was having to travel very far, because from Kogi State, where I live, to River State it's like a 9 to 10 hours journey, and it was also the first time in a very long time that I was traveling alone. So there was a lot of anxiety going on, but getting there, it was, the first day was kind of cool, but I was surprised that we actually did parade on the first day, but it's just parts of what goes on in the camp. One of the fears I remember having was that the soldiers could be very brutal, and always giving someone punishment for every little offense that is being made within the camp. But it wasn't exactly like that. The soldiers were nice and they were kind, and I never even thought that they would be the type that smile, but they do joke around, and it wasn't like a very strict orientation ground. So that was kind of cool, because I've never really been close to any military personnel or a military man or woman before, so I do not know how they relate with people, but I was really, really relieved to see that they were not the type that were uptight and brutal and wicked as I imagined in my head. So one of my favorite parts of being in the camp was, surprisingly, the parade, the early morning parade, and the evening parade as well. But I love the early morning parade more because the weather was perfect and it was just great for early morning exercise. And I thought I was going to hate it, but you know, I'm a routine centered person, so I kind of like the fact that everything was planned, and at a certain time you're expected to do this, you're expected to do that. So it wasn't a situation whereby everything was so random and, you know, like in boarding school, but it was kind of like boarding school, to be honest. It wasn't all that pleasant. I think the early morning parade was around 5 a.m. or was it 4 a.m.? Okay, yeah, it was around 5 a.m. But by 4 a.m. you're already up, getting ready to go out to the field, because the moment they ring the bell, everyone is out already, because the soldiers are going to just swarm the hostels and come to chase people out. So, of course, another wonderful part of being in the camp was the carnival. Was really great. It was really fun. It was exciting to see the major cultures of Nigeria come together. Although I wasn't really part of the main events because I was in the office of the events planning, so I wasn't part of the main event though, but I was at the background. Like I was on the pavilion filming part of what was going on, so it was also wonderful. I'm not really like, when it comes to events, like public events, public social events, I'm not the life of the party. I am not that kind of person. I'm more of one of those people who would just stay in a corner and be having fun, but then like I'm present in that moment. I'm enjoying the music, I'm enjoying the fun, the energy that is going on, but I really don't know how to express my own self. So I was just at the back filming, and after filming and all that, I went home. I viewed all the videos. It was fun to rewatch and relive that moment. So that was great. And then for my worst part of being in the camp, I would say, oh my goodness, it was one of those random visitations from government officials. Whenever a government official comes to the camp, we're not being told on time, and then maybe it was the period when we're supposed to be resting, because trust me, there are a lot of activities in camp. As you're finishing one activity, they are ringing the bell for another activity. But the only part that made it a little less stressful for me was the fact that everything was timed, and there was time for everything except for those moments when we got random visitations from government officials, and then they would ring the bell and then we have to come and do parade again. That was very, very, very frustrating, and honestly, I'm not the kind of person to change plans on such short notice. But yeah, that was that. Orientation camp story aside, what do I think about Rivers State so far? I think it's a great state. I love the fact that, unlike my place back home in Kogi State, this place is more of a high energy state. I mean, you go out to the streets, you see there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of hustling, and it's not a kind of place you would come to and you want to be lazy, because there is literally energy, like hustle around. There are people running up and down, old, young, man, woman, everyone is up and going. And this is like a little bit of an upgrade from where I come from to, I love the energy around. And aside that, I would say that the people here are not entirely very friendly, but that is not so bad either, and they really know how to mind their business here. Like they don't put their mouth where it doesn't concern them. And yeah, I guess that's all I can say about the state. So far so good. If you've ever been to the NYSC Orientation camp, please comment down below your favorite part of being in the camp and your worst part as well. I would really love to hear it. I'd love to hear your story. And if you're just preparing to go, I'd like to also know like what are your fears or your assumptions, and feel free to comment that down below. Concerning work, I was posted to River State, like I said earlier. Like I was posted to a school as a teacher to teach SS2 class. I did not expect to be posted to a school because of the profession that I studied in school, which is architecture. And I was hoping that I was going to be, posted to a place that has to do with my field. I don't know if that was, I just don't know, but I don't entirely hate the fact that I was posted to a school to teach, because I don't know, I feel like I have always low-key wanted to teach at some point in my life. It's actually on my bucket list, but not as a full-time teacher. I just wanted to teach at some point because I feel like I'm very, I don't know. I feel like I'm actually drawn to that calling. And I feel like people underestimate teaching a lot, especially in this country. They don't really give teachers the respect that I feel they deserve. I could remember back then when I was in primary school, there was this maths teacher that I have. Is late right now, but I could remember back then being so horrible at maths, and there was a way he presented it. Like he always tells us this thing that we should always believe in ourselves and that we could do anything that we put our minds to do. And that was the first time that statement started to really make sense to me. And before you know it, I was really interested in math, and I started liking math. I started solving all these math problems, and I was much more better and much more improved in my math skills. So I don't know, sometimes I think back to that time whenever I feel down or I'm doubting myself that I cannot do anything. I just remember that man. I remember what he told me, and I remember doing the impossible for me back then, because if you've ever been one of those students in class that always fail mathematics, like I used to back in the days, and all of a sudden from being this complete failure of maths, you go into being one of the best in the class, is like an impossible thing for you. So whenever I'm faced with challenges currently as an adult, I just think back to those times that I once did the impossible, and whenever I think about that, I remember him, and I just remember thinking to myself that wow, just that statement that he made, that he keeps telling us in class, even though we're so little to actually understand what it really meant at the time, he kept saying it. I feel like that kind of seed that he puts in me, I want to be that kind of person, to put it in someone else that is doubting himself or herself today. And I feel like just that thought alone really made me want to teach at some point. So I don't entirely hate it, even though most of my friends do not approve, and they're like, you should have worked your way to this, worked your way to a bigger company, where they do architectural stuff. But nah, I'm not, I'm fine. I believe, I don't really believe in working everything. I believe that sometimes in life, just allow life to take its course, like let it put you where it wants to put you, and then from there you grow yourself. I just believe that sometimes you don't have to manipulate everything. There are some things that you cannot control, and you just need to let it have its way. Because even in that worst situation, or that situation that looks so bad, right there is where you might find a part of yourself that you never knew existed before. So, am I planning to be a teacher for the rest of my life? Definitely not. I believe that there is more to my existence here on earth, and I believe that there is more that I can do more than teaching, and YouTube in itself is kind of like teaching as well. So even though I'm not perfect at it yet, I am very passionate about teaching someone or helping someone to realize something that I have already learned, or something that I already understand. I don't believe in teaching what I do not know. I come here and I can only give you what I already have, and I keep growing myself so that I can be of value to someone else. That is what I believe in. But I would like to go into something else, not really teach. And the teaching is only going to be for this year, just a service year. Once this year is over, I'm going to get a proper job, and hope I make a lot of money from that. So about my current struggles with life, it's kind of really tough, I must say. I feel like it's really normal for someone to say that you're anxious about your life, because I mean, this is my first time literally being so far away from home, being completely on my own, and it's just, I mean, I'm used to being on my own. I went to a boarding secondary school, so these are things that I'm kind of, my brain has sort of warmed up to. But this is a different being on your own kind of thing, because now you are an adult and you get to make decisions about your own finance, and if you make the wrong decision, it ends up biting you in the ass. If you make the right decisions, then it's your win. And aside that, it's also different because, like, currently I'm not having the best ideal life that I want to, and just realizing that I have to kind of, I have to start building a firm foundation for myself as an adult and as a female in the 21st century. I need to get a job, a good enough job to get a house, at least a house where I can stay. And just thinking about all of that, there's just a lot of anxiety involved, and it's a lot of stress. And currently the place where I'm currently working does not actually pay me, so I have to figure out a way to get another hustle or another job that would actually pay me, so that hopefully I can save some money or enough money to get an apartment or a place of my own by next year, and then hopefully just continue education and also build a proper career around social media, that is like Instagram and YouTubing. I'm also planning to really go full-time into it this year. So, and I know it involves a lot of planning, it involves a lot of soul searching and deciding what I should do first and when to do it. I just need to plan, and I need to really be disciplined in order to achieve some of these goals that I have set down for myself. And speaking of YouTubing, my current struggle in YouTube, this is actually part of the reason why I haven't been filming for a while now, and it's because of my sound quality, the sound quality of my videos. For some of you who may not know, I've been filming all of my videos with my phone. I'm using an Infinix S4 phone, and I've been filming with it ever since I started YouTubing basically. And the video quality is not entirely bad, but then the sound quality, sound quality is a necessity in video content creation these days, and I'm still working on. I actually got a mic. I got a mic because I keep getting comments in my old videos that your videos are okay, work on this, work on that, but there was this consistent comment I kept getting from my close friends. They said if I could, invest in a quality sound system, maybe like get a mic or something, that would be cool. I know that when the sound quality of a video is great, it reduces the chances of people clicking out of the video, which is any content creator, any video content creator's greatest nightmare. And of course, I got a mic from after waiting for weeks from Jumia, finally, but I tried it on my phone, and for some reason it did not work. The mic did not work. I think the battery might be the fault. I'm not sure, but I'm still going to get another battery for it, just to be sure that it's not a fake mic. It's a lavalier mic, Boya, I think. So I could not use it. I'm still struggling because, you know, me trying to make these videos, I have to speak on the top of my voice, and it's not really fancy. I'm trying as much as possible to project my voice so that it's audible enough for this video for you guys to hear. So this is my current struggle. I think I'm still going to invest. I'm going to try and save up money to buy a proper microphone, another mic, I guess, just to improve the content, the sound quality altogether. So that's all the tea I have so far on life currently. So comment down below your thoughts on this kind of videos and stories. If this is something that you enjoy, just let me know down in the comment section. Thank you so much for stopping by, for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also do not forget to turn on my post notification bell icon so that you can get notified when I post my next video. Thank you so much for stopping by today, and remember that you are also capable of achieving the impossible. So stay blessed and stay positive. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.